Hi, my name's Daryl Peterson and I'm the manager of the Applications Engineering Department here at Micromeasurements. Today I'd like to show you a new product that we've been working on, and it's called the Model 700B welder. The 700B welder is used to install weldable type strain gauges as well as thermocouples and maybe other thin metallic materials that you might use for things like holding down your lead wires. Let me show it to you. This Model 700B has this box, and if you're familiar with our traditional Model 700, you'll find that this box is much lighter than the previous version. This box weighs in at just over 8 pounds, and the reason we can make it so light is now the batteries are no longer inside of the box, they're actually inside of the handpiece, and I'll show you that in just a minute. If we look at the front of this unit, you'll see, and again reading from left to right, it's got a touch panel, and we've got an on-off button. We've also got a battery indication button. You can check to see the charge of your batteries. Here we've got a weld energy setting, and this box can vary the weld energy from 10 up to 60 joules. We've got our connections over here for the handpiece. This is actually the grounding cable. I'll show you those in just a minute. You got a wing nut, you take that off, slide them on, tighten it down. And then these two connections are for the handpiece. Again, this other one has a wing nut. Take it off, put the cable back on it, tighten it down, and hand tight is typically fine. Now let me show you the other pieces. Next is the handpiece. And this handpiece, like I mentioned, has the battery that's contained inside it. And in order to take the battery out, you just push the two tabs and pull the battery out. And one of the unique things about this instrument is now we're using the industry standard battery. This is a Milwaukee M12 that you can go down to your local home improvement store and purchase. I'm going to take that, slide that back into the handpiece. We've got a bent probe on this handpiece. This bent probe you could use, or we also have straight probes for the handpiece. And you can also get an extension for this so that if you've got some tight spots where you're trying to spot weld, it's about a 3.5 to 4 inch long extension you can put on the end of this to get into those hard to reach areas. Again, we've got the trigger, then we've got the cabling, and that'll connect into the front panel of the unit. A few other things I'd like to show you. We actually offer two types of ground straps for this unit. The first one is this magnetic one. So if you're on a large steel structure and you're looking for methods to be able to fasten the grounding clamp, this thing works great because it's very simple to use. All you do is you take it, you put it against a steel surface, and you turn, you flip the switch essentially, and now it's magnetic and it's locked in place. So if you're out working on something like a large bridge, putting on weldable strain gauges, and you're trying to figure out how are you going to connect in that ground strap, this magnetic one makes it really simple, really easy. Also, we have a more traditional clamp system, more typical of what we used with the Model 700 welder. Same thing though, you've got a lug on one end, you connect to the front panel of the instrument, and then you take the clamp and you connect it onto your ground source. And one other thing I'd like to show you is the type of charger. And again, this charger is something that you could easily find down at your local home improvement store. One of the great things about this unit is that you could have one battery charging, have the other one in use, and then after you go through, again, one cycle of that battery, you can have about 1,500 spot welds at a 30 joule setting. So after you reduce that battery, you could take it out, replace it with one that's fully charged, and there's very little downtime. You know, seconds worth of downtime in switching over. So if you'd like to find out more about this 700B welder, take a look at our website at www.micro-measurements.com, or feel free to give us a call at 919-365-3800 and follow the prompts to get to Applications Engineering, and we'd be happy to answer any questions you might have about this new welder. Thank you.